I can't. Um, I'm in a genuinely, oh my God, a truly holy space right now. So this feels so weird, but exciting because, it's like bridging something. Like I'm YouTubing while I'm in probably one of the most sort of sacred spaces, moments of my life. And I really am. And I know there's like a lot of problems in the world, but you know, I can't decide if I'm in church or temple. You know what I mean? So like everything else sort of pales in comparison. I think I'm in both. I think they're one and the same. It's a big bridging, you know. And I can't even. There's no words. There literally there's no way to describe some of the things that are going on right now. It's so beyond. It's unnecessary to try right now. Just have to have the experience. Um, there's these 3 things I want to do for my I don't know, YouTube ceremony for tonight. And before that, I want to say something about love personally, because I think I understand everything's personal for me and transpersonal, but I understand big love extremely innately. That's not an issue for me. It never has been. Personal love has been complicated. And I just want to address this somehow, but how do I do it? I don't know the moment, really. I really don't, because I feel like it came into life with me a little bit, and then certain early happenings reinforced it, and, etc. And I reinforced it, etc. But, something happened somewhere along the cosmic line that made it seem impossible somewhere inside of my, psychological understanding of myself. Impossible that someone would like love me back the way that I loved them. And I'm not saying this is really emotional. Hold on. This is not a pity party, dude. Not at all. It's a extraordinary like revelation. But this is, and I'm saying it not just because I believe this is hard. This isn't just true for me. I think it's true for so many of us. But I have to talk about it from my own heart. And my own heart wants to say that the hardest thing in my life, truly, has been actually believing that someone would want me and love me. The love and want are very, very important together. The way that I love and want them for everything that they are and for everything that I am. And, this is, I think, kind of a chronic problem in our world that I'm just, living through like so many of us. And it's so interesting because this isn't a mother-daughter issue with me and my own children. Of course, they want me as a mother. Like, and of course, I want them as daughters. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about preference. I'm talking about um, you make me, like, I'm talking about partnership. I'm talking about lovers. I'm talking about Fargo. I'm talking about I can't do it. I'm so in Fargo right now. um, Billboards burning. Michelle Maybell. You know what I'm talking about. It really seemed impossible. I just didn't believe it could happen. And it is so interesting because I do have a lot of confidence in my life. I always have, and conviction, yes. And bravery, and stamina, and the most important part, really, for me, curiosity. And wonderment, to believe in my own journey, and no matter how hard or difficult or reckless or depressing or euphoric at times it has been, nothing ever was going to stop me from living my life as deeply as I possibly can. And nothing ever will, as long as I'm here. But I, at the same time, for this amount of conviction and solidarity with myself about life, and independence, truly, it's still like something happened somewhere along the spectrum of lives and this life that makes me worry about that could be real, you know, like it makes my just not my heart so much as my, I don't know, my identity, my ego, my whatever you want to call it, my self-consciousness. You know, that that I'm enough, or that I'm really more than even enough for, you know, a partner, the partner. The thing that happens when you want something so much, I guess. It's a little scary. Holy space, inner circle. This is for my Revelations group with a couple alternates in there, a couple J's in there, and the J, the partner that still some part of me can't believe wants me back the way I want him. It's wild, huh? Whew. And it's for Milk Day. So this is what I'd like to do. I want to read. I want to draw a card and read form. Dude, listen, I've been working on my kid's butt tonight. I'm not even tipsy enough to be fucking this up. I'm just passionately, like, exhausted. But form is a good word. Okay, but from my Osho deck, Randall offered. And I want I feel like I want to read a page from this book that I have at that whatever page I turn to. I love the surprises. They really excite me. Like, it doesn't really excite me, like, if it's public, that scares me. But if it's private, I'm really into it. I want to read this page from, I just want to pull a page from this book that I have called The Web that has no weaver. That excites me. And then Stella just suggested that I maybe pull a page from Neil Gaiman's Fortunately the Milk book and maybe read some of that. So this is the ceremony of my own self this evening. But it's dedicated to my Revelations group, my inner circle. My home base. You are my home base. And you have been throughout all of this for me. Thank you. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's go. Oh, show. Yeah? Okay. It's exciting. It's like really exciting. This is my temple. It's my bedroom. And, you know, that room of Nikki's, but I'm not allowed in there right now, so I'm going to go back to the bedroom and go from there. Let's go. Okay, I drew a card. What's wrong with me? It's 5. In gray. Babe. It says comparison. And there's a green bamboo shoot and brown bark trunk tree, and there's a P. What is that? That's weird. A bit weird. So we need to read about this. Oh my god, this is PJ Love. 5. This is PJ Love. And Mama Love. Auntie Love. But PJ. So I have to find it now. I'm sorry. You know, it's slow. Why am I sorry? Fuck that shit. St. Martin Press. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna read about it. All on YouTube. It's so weird. So what is it? It's a diamond, but adventure slowing down, putting my attention, mortality, possibilities. This is fascinating to me. Takes a second. 5 of clouds. 5 of clouds. When the clouds come, make animals. Oh my god, oh my god. This is magical for me. It's 126. Easy. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. 126. How do I love thee? Shall I count the ways? Making up my own. Okay. Poetry here. Clearly, it's been going on for years. 120. What is 99 though? What's that? The source. Okay. 126. So close. We're so close. Found it. Okay. Clouds, the mind. It's the minor arcana. I get it now. Arcana, I get it. 5, comparison. Okay. So on page 126 it says this. Whoever told you that the bamboo is more beautiful than the oak, or the oak more valuable than the bamboo? Do you think the oak wishes it had a hollow trunk like this bamboo? Does the bamboo feel jealous of the oak because it is bigger and its leaves change color in the fall. The very idea of the two trees comparing themselves to each other seems ridiculous. But we humans seem to find this habit very hard to break. Diamond. Let's face it, there's always going to be somebody who is more beautiful, more talented, stronger, more intelligent, or apparently happier than you are. And conversely, there will always be those who are less than you in all of these ways. The way to find out who you are is not by comparing yourself with others, but by looking to see whether you are fulfilling your own potential in the best way that you know how. 5 magic. Comparison. So that's from the artist, and then here we go with Osho. Whatever. Comparison, that's a big old C there. Comparison brings inferiority. Superiority. When you don't compare, all inferiority, all superiority disappear. Then you are simply there. A small bush, or a big high tree, it doesn't matter. You are yourself. You are needed. Oh my goodness. A grass leaf is needed as much as the biggest star. Without the grass leaf, God will be less than he is. This sound of the cuckoo. Kookaburra sits, old gum tree, eating all the gumdrops. You can see, laugh, kookaburra. Oh my God. The cuckoo is needed as much as the Buddha. The world will be less rich if this cuckoo disappears. Just look around. All is needed and everything fits together. The puzzle pieces on the floor today. It is an organic unity. Nobody is higher, slower. Nobody superior. Nobody inferior. Everybody is incomparably unique. 63. 9. That's page 127. The Transcendental Game of Zen. Nez. Wed. Nesday. This is my process. I have got to remember this, so I do not have to apologize for how long it goes on. There are 3 things. The temptation to bail and do it quietly, not on camera, is huge. But I would be doing it by myself anyway, alone in my bed. So I'm going to do it now. So here we go. I'm not kidding when I look at when this happens. So Neil Gaiman, fortunately the milk, and I just turned to a page, and I just grabbed it and turned to a page, and it's 37. I just saw stone right away. Right away, and green. Oh my goodness, what's happening? It's so beautiful. So I'm going to read page 37. And then this other book, and then we'll, I feel like that will complete this today. I sound so woo-woo, I know it. It's huge for me. It's sacred space. I'm in sacred space. So 37, it says, up there with him, period. Spilling over from 36, which is the opposite of 63, which is where we just were in the Osho book. I'm starting here though. Up there with him, period. So it must have either been Splod himself talking, or one of his angelic messengers. We walked together down a jungle path. Professor Steg carried the rope in his mouth that led up to the balloon. He dragged the balloon along. After half an hour, we reached the volcano. It was not a very big volcano. There were wisps of smoke. Oh my God, coming from the top of it, will-o'-the-wisp, wisps, brave dandelion silhouette today. On the side of the volcano, there was a carving of a big scary face with one eye in the middle of its forehead. The eye was the biggest emerald I had ever seen. A special shiny greeny stone, said Professor Stagg. Professor Stagg with his mouth full of rope. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. The fat man clambered up the side of the volcano. Sisyphus. It's a good thing that Splod himself told us to give you the eye of Splod. Am I pronouncing that right? There's a Splod thing going on. What's wrong with being confident? Said the little thin man who had narrowly avoided being sacrificed. Iphigenia. Rob. Atlanta. Super Bowl. Page 37. I have not read this book. My daughter has, thankfully. Chris has too. Illustrated by Scotty Young. Fortunately, The Milk. And I read that in my heart in honor to Martin Luther King, who I believe, just to be like a passionate mystic warrior of love, who is very near and dear and close to my heart. And I'm not gonna read this whole page, but I just accidentally turned to page 51, and the last thing that it says is, and then it was dark, very dark. 51. Well, there you go. So, for me, so dorky. It's holy ground, and I'm by myself in my bed. And I'm not done. I want to be done, because I'm tired of my own voice, but I'm not. The web that has no waiver. Let's see. Page 215. 7. Chapter 7. And then it says, the 8 principal patterns. The faces of yin and yang. The patterns, apostrophe. Basic texture and composition. It's not much. I'm going to read this page. Up, and there's a big old capital U. Up. P. To this point, the reader has been presented with 2 kinds of information. An abstract description of the human being oriented around the theory of yin and yang, and a detailed listing of various signs of disharmony. In this chapter, these 2 categories of information begin to merge. My favorite word ever. For each individual is defined by a unique relationship between his or her own bodily signs and the overall movement of yin and yang. The 8 principal patterns. Oh my God. Are the fundamental model for mediating between these 2 realms. They are the primary faces of yin and yang. They allow the physician to penetrate Okay, so like maybe that's my favorite word. Then merge and penetrate. MP. It's so holy. It's so holy for me. To penetrate the abstract principles of yin and yang, principles that are so simple yet so hard to grasp because they presume to be the general laws of totality of everything around us and inside us, in our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. The 8. It's around my neck right now, guys. The 8 principal patterns serve then as a conceptual matrix that enables the training physician to organize. Did this say organize? So Virgo, the relationship between particular clinical signs and yin and yang, horse fire, feminine body yin, left side, ear, infinity 8 tattoo. Maybe someday, somewhere, this will resonate. I have to believe it is now, but this is magical timing. Hard fought for, hard waited for, beautifully lived for. So, left hand yin, receive. There's no one here to hold my hands right now, so I'm holding your hands anyway. My way. Right hand downward to give. Healing, harmony, compassion, unconditional love. And 5, gratitude. Enormous gratitude. And so it is.